Okay, hold on. Okay. Hey! God, she can sing. Hey guys, it's philzeroyt here. So before we begin, I just have to say, holy sh*. The Warning Army? You guys are absolutely friggin' insane. I haven't seen this level of passion and like vicious loyalty in a rock fan base since like AC/DC or Metallica. Maybe with Blink like 20 years ago, or like My Chemical Romance during the emo explosion. But the Warning Army? You guys are something completely different. So first, I just want to say a big thank you to the Warning Army for blowing up my first video on the warning. I'm obviously really late to the warning party, but better late than never, right? So I read through like all 800 plus of your comments to see what song I should check out next. And I think the highest suggested song was Dust to Dust. So without further ado, let's get it. Oh, and to the people who commented telling me to stop pausing the video, no. If you want to listen to the song, just listen to the song. Why are you watching this? Okay, that bass line. Ooh. Okay, hold on. Okay, before I start gushing over the drummer again, what was her name? Pau? This is Pau, right? Let's talk a bit about the intro. I know this is only the second song I've checked out from them, but so far, I really like how they let the bass shine in their songs. Like in a lot of the rock genres, it's common for the bass to kind of follow underneath the guitar, but then it kind of gets overshadowed. Those are my dogs. Let's see what she was playing. Actually. So usually in the rock genres, if the guitar's playing something like, then the bass is just doing something like, and it just kind of gets hidden under the guitar. But the way the warning incorporates the bass line, like, yes, it directs attention to the bass, but it also drives the song in like a different way. It's like establishing the theme or like the motif of the song. So let's listen again. So the bass kind of pulls you in. And then, So the bass kind of pulls you in, and then the drums and the guitar, they come in at the same time. You feel that impact that just punches you in the face. Like if the song started with guitar playing that line instead of the bass. Okay. You know, that's not bad, but it just doesn't have that same impact effect as when the song starts on bass. Ooh. That impact you feel.
Hey, come on and walk this way. Look what I have prepared to show you. Let me show you how things can quickly unfold. In the end, everything just turns back into dust.
Jesus, what a voice. So I paused here because I caught an interesting vocal technique that Pau is using. So you might notice that Pau's singing voice sounds quite different in the song compared to when she was singing in Z. I keep doing that. So she's doing what we call in the singing world, darkening your voice. So I'm gonna play that again, but pay attention to the shape of her mouth. Watch how she's narrowing a lot of her vowels. Hey, hey, come and walk this way. So you see this? I know this isn't the most flattering picture, but what she's doing, she's narrowing her mouth. And this creates what we call a darker voice, which makes sense because this song has like a darker vibe to it. Whereas in Z, that song was more like an upbeat, like almost punk vibe. So the way she was singing that song is what we call, obviously, a brighter voice. Let's pull that up to compare, actually. Look how wide her mouth is in this song compared to Dust, where look how narrow her mouth is. So if I were to exaggerate the difference, this would be a darker voice. Hey, come and walk this way. And now for a brighter voice. Hey, come and walk this way. So that's obviously super exaggerated, but you can hear the difference, right? This is one of the ways singers add color and texture to their voice to match the vibe of the song. This is pretty specific stuff, so it's cool to see that they're using these techniques to fit the song. God, she can sing. God, that voice. So remember what I said at the beginning about the bass setting the theme of the song? Listen to the guitar again for the second verse. So the guitar's following the bass line now, but the way they arrange this, it doesn't sound as repetitive. It still sounds interesting because they didn't do it in the first verse. They saved it for the second verse. That's pretty clever. God, she can sing. But I want to listen to that fill right before the chorus. Is that a tempo change or am I just dumb? Kind of sounded like a tempo change, but I could be wrong. I actually don't know. Because it sounds like it slows down, but she could just be in the pocket. Doesn't it? Okay, look at this frame. This is so cool. I don't know if this was intentional or if it was choreographed, but it looks like they even have the mics like spread apart more to give Pau the spotlight. So there are a good amount of drummers that sing, but it's not often you see them as the lead. And even in some songs when those drummers do have a lead line, they're kind of tucked away in the back. So this is cool to see how they have like the whole stage like visually directed at the drummer. Like again, I don't know if this was intentional, but I mean, judging by their performance and stage skills, I wouldn't doubt it. See, they're not crowding her. They're still staying apart. Okay, a backing track. Wait, was she using a single kick or a double kick? Okay, I think she's using a double. Okay, yeah, here. So you can see she's using both her feet for the bass drum. Jesus, look at her go!
Dust to dust, our bones are rust, and we just start again. Dust to dust, our bones are rust, and we just start again. Ciudad de Mexico! Dust to dust, our bones are rust, and we just start again.
Oh, that guitar riff's cool.
Dust to dust, our bones are rust, and we just start again.
Jesus! Whoa! Whew. I'm gonna need a sec to digest that. So there were a bunch of times I wanted to pause there because there was so much I wanted to talk about, but then something else kept happening and something else kept happening, and it was like just this attack on the senses. So Pau does this little vocal slide, and then the guitarist, Danny is her name, right? And she has her big vocal moment, and then that goes into that crazy drum outro fill thing that Pau does. Oh yeah, we're listening to that again. What'd you expect? While she's playing a riff. Holy sh... So that's what, 2 for 2? These girls don't miss. And to the Warning Army, you guys were absolutely right. I have barely scratched the surface. This is barely the tip of the iceberg. Down the rabbit hole I go. Any other idioms out there? So this song was completely different from Z. I'll get it right one day. So that song was kind of like a classic rock, almost like bordering punk rock type of vibe. And Dust to Dust is kind of more alternative rock, maybe even alt metal. But they're able to pull off both styles in like a way that actually works. Not many bands can do this kind of genre bending thing without like sounding forced or like cheesy. And there were a lot of cool techniques in here that you don't really hear much anymore in like today's music, like the voice darkening thing or like the composition around the bass line. And it's so friggin' awesome to see these girls like keeping the soul of rock and roll alive. So a question to you guys, what song should I do next? You guys have no idea how hard it is for me to not just listen to their entire discography right now. Like I'm trying to be patient so I can record these first time reactions. Like I'm trying not to watch or listen to any more of their music until I can film and edit and read all your comments. Like I don't want to just rush through all the songs just to get videos up. I want to be able to like actually get into musician mode because I want to actually put like real effort effort in and try to focus on the song and try to pick out any like unique or cool tidbits I can talk about. So in like musician talk, we call this active listening. And it's completely different from passive listening, which is, you know, you just press play and you kind of just bob along to the song, which is cool too, but like I'm just too much of a music nerd, so I'm always trying to like find little moments in the song to point out. So let me know in the comments what song should be next, or if there's even another artist I should check out. So as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Haha!